Okay, so can we talk about how well I completely slayed this look? If there is one thing I did, it's that. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this gorgeous style, then just keep watching. First things first, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video, whether you're a returning subscriber or if you're new here, thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you pause this video right now and go and hit subscribe. I would highly appreciate it as I am trying to hit 100K. All right, so to start, we're just going to part our hair for our half up, half down. I was completely out of frame while I was showing the other side, so that's why you only saw me part one side, but ultimately that's about how much I left out on the top and the bottom. So now I'm going to go through and braid my back part. This is going to be the part where the quick weave is going to be, so braids don't have to be perfect. Y'all already know that. You just need some type of foundation for your quick weave to adhere to. I'm using clips because I usually use rubber bands at the end of my braids, but I only had 2 rubber bands, so I had to improvise and connect them afterwards. So yeah, I believe I did about maybe 4 or 5 braids here. So just gonna continue braiding and then show you guys what this looks like after I'm done. And here's how the braids turned out. So now I'm going to go in with my Bold Hold Liquid Gold as my bond protectant. I don't know why the heck I was applying it that way. But as y'all know, everything will be linked in the description below. So you don't have to rewind the video or ask me, girl, what was that? It'll be linked in the description box below. So be sure to check that out. This Bold Hold Liquid Gold is actually my preference over the actual bond protectant because it basically serves the same purpose even though it's not an actual bond protectant. And it dries down so much faster than the actual bond protectant. So I prefer to use this over the Roberts Diamond Bond or whatever it's called. So now I'm going to go in with my caps. Just going to move my top part out the way a little bit further, like closer to my forehead, because I'm going to pull the cap completely over my head so that when it comes time to cut the cap, it's nice and secured. Now, I actually ended up only using 1 cap. If you've seen my previous quick weave videos, then you know that typically I like to use 2 for extra protection, but I wanted to be able to see my part. So adding 2 wouldn't have allowed me to see my part. It would have been a little bit too dark. And actually, I highly recommend using the lighter color caps because I do recommend using 2 caps. Actually, when I took this out, there was some glue residue on my hair, and I think it's because I only used 1 cap. So I actually do recommend using 2 caps, but just pick up the lighter tan shade. And then, of course, after I went in with my Even adhesive spray for an extra added layer of protection, you want to go through with your blow dryer and make sure that's completely dry. Everything needs to be completely dry before moving on to laying your tracks. I know I'm super redundant for those that watch all of my quick weave videos or have watched my quick weave videos in the past, but there may be some newbies that are watching today. So just want to make that clear. Please make sure everything's dry before attempting to glue on your tracks. Otherwise, they will not stick. And y'all, I know we're in 2023 and you don't have to point out stuff like this anymore, but when I tell y'all my skin is on fire, has been on fire, I'm like within 10 days of my cycle. So I'm PMSing and it is just going through it. And at this point, I'm just like, when do I grow out of this? Like, I am on medications from my dermatologist, but I don't know. Like, this is just like annoying. Like, I know it's hormonal. It may even be dietary at this point, if that's even a word, but yeah, I don't like literally, I hate pointing stuff out like that, but like it just really bothered me so much while watching this video back on playback. Comment below and leave me some suggestions on things to try, and not drugstore products because I've tried every drugstore product you can possibly think of, but maybe more so like supplements that y'all may know of. I am currently taking Chaseberry. That was a supplement that my dermatologist recommended. I will say I have not been super consistent with it, so maybe I just need to stick with it. But if y'all know of any other things like that, comment below. Anyway, so right there you just saw me cut the cap. I didn't mention this because I was rambling about my acne. But when you are laying your tracks for your half up, half down, you want to lay your tracks at a U shape. You see right here how I'm curving the track upward? That's gonna allow the tracks, the side of the tracks, to kind of fall over the tracks underneath that track. Basically, it's what helps to hide the weft so that you don't have to use your actual hair to cover the tracks, if that makes any sense. Just continuing to do the same thing, and then once I get to the top, I'm gonna take the tracks and apply them horizontally to kind of like fill in that middle section, like so. And then just gonna take one more track and lay it across the top to fill everything in. I'm using some virgin straight hair from my hairline, and it's actually a 1B color. It's like brown. I completely forgot to dye the hair for this video, but I wanted to film anyway, so I was like, whatever, you're probably not going to be able to tell, and it's just for the video. I took it out right after this because I felt crazy going out in public with brown hair at the bottom and my hair being black at the top. So now I'm going to go in and create the V parts. This was probably the hardest part of doing the quick weave. Not creating the parts, but like putting this in a ponytail. Y'all see what I'm talking about in a minute, but I'm creating the parts, and then I'm going to go through and press out my hair at the top just so that it's sleek when it's time to do the top part. Creating the ponytail for the top part was by far the hardest part of this quick weave, just because like trying to make sure, like a regular ponytail is fine, right, with your hair all going back off of your face, but the V part like this and trying to make sure all sections are nice and neat definitely took a lot of patience. So if you're doing this, just be patient with it, don't rush it, because you do want it to be as neat as possible. So right here, just making sure the hair that I want to leave out for my edges is out, and I'm going to style that later. And then just taking a hard bristle brush and brushing back my sections. I did use a little bit of edge control. I use Eben's edge control. I'll link it below. But use just a little bit, especially around the part area, to make sure the part is nice and crisp. And that was all I really used. Like I said, you just want to take your time with this part. Don't rush it. Have a little bit of patience. And I was trying to get it as close to perfect as possible without it being perfect. Like, I just wanted to be able to pull it all back and put a scrunchie on it. And then I was going to go back in with my edge control brush and just kind of perfect it a little bit more and smooth it down a little bit more, if that makes sense. So that was kind of the method to my madness in doing my top part. And then I did take 2 bobbin pins on each side to just kind of secure my sides as I was smoothing them down a little bit more. The bobbin pins didn't bother me. You can't really see them, so. So once I had the top part smoothed down into my liking, I did go in with just a little bit of the Eben lace spray, the firm hold spray, whatever it's called. I didn't really want my top to be like super firm and hard. Like, I wanted more of a natural feel to it, but added just a little bit of spray just to make sure like everything just kind of stays in place for a good amount of time. So after that, I'm going to go in and press out my bottom half really quickly. Okay, so for the bun, at first I was gonna add hair into my ponytail, but then I kind of realized that I didn't need it. Like, I'm just wrapping my hair around to create a bun look. And my hair is long enough on the top to be able to create the look that I'm going for. Now, if your hair is shorter, then you may have to add a little bit of hair to your ponytail, but I felt like my natural length and thickness was just enough. There was really no method to my madness in creating the bun. I just winged it and came out with this, and I thought it looked pretty good. I felt like my spikes were like a little bit too much, so I just grabbed a small rubber band to be able to pull my spikes back just a little bit. Now, I don't know why I'm using this spray on my spikes. I saw somebody else do it in their video, so I said, hey, why not? But honestly, I probably could have skipped this part. I mean, it kind of did help me to manipulate my spikes just a little bit, but whether or not you do that is completely up to you. I don't think it's absolutely necessary. And then last step is to just take your curling iron to give your ends that curled look. I don't know what you call it officially, but You're just gonna curl your ends upward like so, and I had to do this a few times to get it to turn out exactly the way that I want it to, but essentially this is how you need to curl it. And we are all done, y'all. This came out so good. And honestly, I have fun recreating this style. Usually I do like your classic styles, like middle parts, side parts. I don't really deviate too much from that or even try like trending hairstyles like this, but I genuinely enjoy doing this and I want to do more. So please leave a comment below with like some trending hairstyle ideas that I can try. I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.